Alien strategists watched Earth from far space. Their ships stayed hidden beyond light and noise. Screens showed the blue planet turning in silence. Data flowed without pause. Every signal, every image, every sound was taken and stored. To them, Earth was not a home. It was a case to study. They studied human wars first. They saw old battles with blades and fire. They saw modern wars with machines and distant strikes. The strategists noticed chaos. Humans fought each other often. Borders changed. Leaders rose and fell. From this, the aliens formed an early belief. Humans were emotional. Humans reacted fast. Humans did not think far ahead. They moved on to trade and money. Numbers flashed across their screens. Ships crossed oceans. Goods moved from one land to another. Markets rose one day and fell the next. The strategists saw risk and rush. They saw short gains chosen over long safety. This confirmed their thoughts. Humans planned only for now. Then they watched human media. News channels argued loudly. Stories changed by the hour. Social feeds filled with jokes, fear, anger, and hope, all mixed together. Humans shared everything. The strategists believed this was weakness. A species that shared so much could be easily guided. The lead strategist marked Earth as reactive and unstable. The report said humans lacked deep strategy. It said humans could be pushed, scared, or divided. The file was almost closed. But on Earth, something quiet was happening. John worked at a small research station near the coast. His job was simple. He watched space signals and checked for errors. Most days were calm and boring. Numbers moved slowly. Nothing changed. Until one night, a signal appeared where no signal should exist. It was not strong. It was not loud. It was too clean. Too steady. John frowned and checked the system. He thought it was a fault. He ran tests. The signal stayed. He called Emma. Emma worked in data analysis in the same building. She liked patterns. She trusted calm thinking more than quick action. When she saw the signal, she did not speak right away. She watched it move. She watched how it repeated. "This is not noise," she said softly. John nodded. "It feels like someone is looking." They did not report it as alien contact. That would cause panic. Instead, they logged it as an unknown deep space pattern. They shared it only with a small group they trusted. Days passed. The signal returned at regular times. It never spoke. It never changed shape. It only watched. Emma compared the timing to global events. Wars, markets, media storms. She noticed something strange. The signal always grew stronger when humans fought or argued. It weakened when things were calm. "They are studying us," she said. "But not just our machines. Our behavior." John leaned back and thought. Then maybe we should study them back. They did not answer the signal. They did not challenge it. They did not show fear. Instead, they watched quietly. Emma created a model. If humans were being tested, then reactions mattered. Loud reactions gave information. Calm reactions gave less. She shared this idea with others. Scientists, analysts, quiet thinkers from different countries. No announcements were made. No flags were raised. The world did not know. Slowly, small changes began. Some news agencies delayed reports instead of rushing them. Some leaders paused before reacting to threats. Online arguments cooled faster than before. It was not perfect. Humans were still human. But something shifted. The alien strategists noticed. Their screens showed a problem. Human reactions were no longer clear. Patterns blurred. The species that once acted fast now waited. Data took longer to form meaning. "Why are they slowing?" one strategist asked. "Maybe they learned," another replied. That idea was dismissed at first. Humans were not supposed to learn this fast. The file said so. Back on Earth, John and Emma continued to watch. The signal changed slightly. Not in strength but in rhythm. It felt uncertain now. "They are confused," John said. Emma smiled faintly. "Good." Humans did not stop living. They worked, laughed, argued, and hoped. But behind the noise, a quiet study continued. Humans watched the watchers. Far away, alien strategists reviewed their reports again. The old conclusion no longer felt right. Earth was no longer just reactive. It was observing. The file stayed open. The aliens did not rush. They believed small tests worked best. Big moves caused panic, and panic gave bad data. So they sent quiet probes. Tiny machines slipped into Earth's upper space. They hid in shadows and silence. The probes watched cities, oceans, and power lines. They listened to radio waves and digital noise. Some probes sent soft messages, weak signals mixed into normal space sound. The aliens expected fear. They expected sharp changes. They expected humans to react fast and loud. They were wrong. On Earth, Mark noticed the first probe by accident. He worked in satellite repair and tracking. One object did not follow any known path. It moved too smoothly. It hid too well. Mark flagged it as unknown and called Lucy. Lucy worked in pattern analysis. She trusted slow thinking. When Mark showed her the data, she did not speak right away. She watched the object's movement again and again. "It is testing," she said. "Not attacking." Mark nodded. "So we should not chase it." They chose to wait. More probes appeared over the next weeks. Some drifted near weather systems. Others passed over old military zones. A few sent signals that looked like broken math or soft pulses. Each one was different, but all shared the same careful design. Lucy started mapping the probes together. She saw order. She saw learning. The probes adjusted based on human response. So humans adjusted too. Mark and Lucy shared the data with trusted teams in other countries. There were no public alerts. No speeches. Just quiet cooperation. Scientists in different lands compared notes. Engineers shared charts. Analysts shared timestamps. No one tried to capture a probe. No one fired at the sky. Instead, humans limited reactions. Planes stayed on normal paths. Ships followed old routes. Cities kept their lights steady. Even military systems were set to calm modes. The probes struggled to learn. Alien screens filled with weak results. Fear levels stayed low. Panic did not rise. Human systems did not shift into defense. This confused the strategists. "Why do they not react?" one asked. "They should feel threatened," another said. The aliens sent soft messages next. Simple shapes and radio waves. Gentle math signals. Nothing hostile. Just enough to be noticed. Lucy detected the messages within hours. She saw their structure. They were not words. They were questions without language. "They want us to answer," Mark said. Lucy shook her head. "They want to see how we answer." So humans answered without answering. They allowed the signals to pass. They did not reply. They did not block them. Instead, they changed small things. Data flow slowed in some places and sped up in others. Human networks adjusted timing but not content. To the aliens it looked like noise. Inside the alien command, confusion grew. The probes returned data that did not match old files. Humans did not break into fear. Humans did not gather into angry groups. Humans did not reveal a clear pattern. They shared data, a strategist noted. Across borders. "That should cause leaks," another replied. But it did not. Humans filtered what they shared. They shared meaning, not emotion. Raw data moved quietly between nations that once fought each other. Mark watched as global systems worked together without public praise. He felt something rare. Pride mixed with caution. "We are learning too," he said. Lucy smiled slightly. "That may scare them more than fear ever could." The aliens tried one more test. A probe dipped low over a remote area. It made itself visible for a moment. A bright line across the night sky. People noticed. Phones came out. Pictures were taken. Social feeds filled with guesses and jokes. Some fear appeared, but it faded fast. No riots. No chaos. Governments released calm statements. Scientists asked for patience. Life continued. The probe pulled back. Its mission failed. In alien space, reports stacked up. The strategists argued. Humans were not acting like expected prey. They were not loud. They were not blind. They were watching back. "This species adapts," one strategist said quietly. "And fast," another added. They marked Earth with a new note. Not weak. Not simple. Observant. On Earth, Mark and Lucy shut down their screens for the night. The sky was quiet again. Too quiet, maybe. "They will try again," Mark said. Lucy nodded. "Yes. But now they know we are not alone in thinking." Humans did not celebrate. They did not relax. They continued to study patterns and wait. Data flowed between nations like a silent promise. Far away, alien strategists stared at their screens, unsure of their next move. The aliens changed their strategy. Fast tests had failed. Loud fear had not appeared. So they chose time as their weapon. Time broke many species. The longer the pressure, the deeper the cracks. Their ships stayed far away. Their probes remained hidden. Instead of sharp actions, they applied slow wait. Signals came at long, uneven intervals. Probes drifted closer, then farther, never attacking, never leaving. The goal was simple. Make humans tired. Make them careless. Alien planners believed humans could not hold calm for long. History showed impatience. Wars started from waiting too long. Markets fell from fear of delay. Humans always rushed in the end. On Earth, David studied the new pattern. He worked with long-term response systems. He believed speed was often a mistake. When Emma shared the updated data, he saw the plan clearly. "They are waiting us out," David said. Emma nodded. "They think time will force mistakes. So humans changed their training." David helped design patience drills. These were not military drills. They were mental ones. Teams practiced long monitoring shifts with no action. Analysts were taught to accept silence. Systems were built to flag real danger, not imagined threats. Emma worked with global networks. She helped shape calm responses before panic could grow. When strange signals appeared, they were logged, not shouted about. When probes drifted near, they were watched, not chased. Nothing happened fast. At first, this was hard. Humans were not used to waiting. Some people wanted answers. Some wanted action. News channels pushed questions. Social feeds filled with theories. But leaders stayed quiet. Scientists spoke slowly and carefully. They did not deny fear. They guided it. Over time, something changed. Humans began to see patterns the aliens did not hide well. Probes moved in cycles. Signals followed energy use on Earth. When humans slowed certain systems, alien observation slowed too. "They watch what matters to us," Emma said. "And they assume we will protect it fast," David replied. So humans delayed. Power systems were spread wider. Data centers shifted loads gently. Communication paths changed shape over weeks, not days. To alien sensors, human importance became unclear. The aliens grew uneasy. Their slow pressure was meant to reveal cracks. Instead, it revealed human learning. The longer the wait, the clearer human behavior became. Humans were not idle. They were studying habits. One alien strategist noted a trend. They reduced response speed when watched. Another answered, they increased stability. This did not match any model. Time passed. Months turned into years. The pressure remained. No invasion. No contact. Just presence. Humans adapted to the presence like weather. It became background. Not ignored but understood. David watched long-term charts. Stress levels slowly dropped. Systems became smoother. Panic events became rare. Humans were learning patience as a skill. Emma noticed something else. Alien probes adjusted less often now. Their movements repeated. They relied on old data. "They are the ones growing slow," she said. Humans had done this by doing nothing fast. The aliens reviewed their plan again. Slow pressure was supposed to weaken humans. Instead, it made them stronger. It forced cooperation. It rewarded calm. "This species learns under stress," one strategist said. "And they teach each other," another replied. That was dangerous. On Earth, David and Emma met one evening after a long review cycle. The sky was clear. Stars looked the same as always. "We are changing," David said. Emma smiled. "We always change. This time we choose how." They did not know what the aliens would do next. But they knew one thing. Time no longer belonged to the Watchers alone. Humans had learned how to wait. The aliens decided the long wait had gone on enough. Time had not broken humans. Silence had not caused fear. Patience had not turned into weakness. So they prepared one final mental test. They would show power. Not an attack. Not destruction. Just a display meant to remind humans how small they were. Many species broke when faced with open strength. Minds collapsed before bodies did. The alien fleet moved closer. For the first time, they allowed themselves to be seen. On a clear night, shapes appeared in Earth's sky. Not everywhere but enough. Long lines of light curved above the clouds. Massive shadows moved without sound. The stars behind them bent and faded. People stopped and looked up. Phones came out. Screens filled with images of the sky. Some people gasped. Some cried. Some stood very still. For a moment, the world held its breath. But panic did not come. Emergency systems stayed quiet. Sirens did not scream. Planes continued their paths. Trains ran on time. Power grids stayed steady. John sat in a small control room and watched the feeds. He had prepared for this moment for years. His voice was calm when he spoke. "This is a visual event," he said over secure channels. "No hostile action detected. Maintain normal operations." His words moved across networks to leaders, scientists, and responders. They repeated the message in their own ways. Calm passed from voice to voice. Public channels spoke carefully. They did not hide the truth. They did not exaggerate it. "Yes, something is there," one message said. "No, nothing is happening." Stay observant. Stay calm. People listened. Some went back to work after looking once more at the sky. Doctors continued surgery. Engineers kept building. Teachers finished lessons. Farmers checked fields at dawn like always. Children asked questions. Parents answered honestly. Fear appeared, but it was small and managed. The aliens watched in disbelief. Their sensors searched for chaos. They looked for fleeing crowds, power spikes, mass signals. They found none. Human activity slowed slightly, then returned to normal levels. They should be afraid, one alien strategist said. They are, another replied. But they are not ruled by it. The aliens adjusted the display. The ships glowed brighter. Energy rippled across space. The sky shifted colors never seen before. Humans watched again. Artists painted it. Scientists measured it. Writers described it. Social feeds filled with wonder more than fear. John spoke again. Observe. Record. Do not respond. The message spread. The alien plan began to break. Power without threat did not control humans. It inspired curiosity instead of surrender. Humans learned from the display. They studied movement, energy flow, and timing. Emma watched data streams fill with new understanding. Patterns emerged. The fleet's formation revealed limits. The glow showed how energy was managed. They are teaching us without knowing, she said. The aliens realized it too late. The longer they stayed visible, the more humans learned. The test meant to dominate turned into a lesson. This is failure, a strategist admitted. They adapt faster when shown truth, another said. The fleet began to pull back slightly. Not retreat but distance. The display dimmed. The sky returned to normal. People noticed. Some felt relief. Others felt pride. Most simply went on with their lives. John shut down his mic and leaned back. His hands were steady. They tried to scare us, he said quietly. Emma nodded. They forgot something. What? We have always lived under the sky, she said. We learned long ago not to fear it. Far away, alien planners reviewed the final test. The results were clear. Humans did not break. They did not submit. They learned. The plan had failed. Alien leaders gathered in a quiet chamber far from Earth. The room held no color, only light and data. Screens floated in the air, filled with long records of human behavior. The study had lasted many cycles. It was time to judge. The first leader spoke slowly. They were expected to fracture. Another replied, they did not. Data streams replayed the events. Wars paused. Systems stabilized. Signals were ignored or calmly logged. When power was shown in the sky, humans did not fall into panic. They watched. They learned. They adapted faster than projected, a leader said. They shared knowledge, another added. Across borders. This was rare. Most species protected information. Humans had protected understanding instead. The leaders reviewed models again. Each one failed to predict the outcome. Humans had not followed the usual path. Fear had not ruled them. Time had not weakened them. Power had not broken them. One leader changed the file on Earth. The mark shifted from reactive to alert. Then it shifted again. Where? The meaning was clear. Earth was no longer a target for pressure or control. Any further action would carry risk. A species that could study back was dangerous in a quiet way. The order was given. Withdraw. The fleet pulled away from the edge of human space. Probes shut down or drifted into silence. Signals faded into the background noise of the universe. On Earth, no announcement was made. No victory speech. No parade. Emma noticed the change while reviewing late-night data. The patterns were gone. The pressure had lifted. They left, she said softly. Others confirmed it. Sensors showed empty paths. The sky was clean again. Life continued. News mentioned the quiet return of normal skies. People talked about it for a while, then moved on. Humans were good at that. Ending moments and starting new ones. Emma stepped outside as the sun rose. The sky was pale and calm. No strange lights. No shadows. Just clouds and morning air. She looked up and felt a steady calm. They had watched humans. Humans had watched back. No one knew if the aliens would return. But if they did, Earth would not be blind. It would not be afraid without reason. Emma smiled slightly and went back inside. There was still work to do. Learning never stopped. Far away, alien leaders closed the Earth file, not in anger but in respect. Some planets were better left alone.